Welcome back to another Trade Journal video. This is Trade Journal number 33. Before we jump into this week's trades and what I have set up for next week, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all of my trades. Now, jumping into the trades that I have for this week, definitely a lot lower profit than some of the past weeks, but again, because the market's down, I'm just waiting for it to recover and trying to make as much as I can while it's still down. So the first trade was on Aapl. And what I have set up on Aapl is a synthetic covered call where you buy a deep in the money call with a long expiration and then you sell weekly calls against it at a higher price. So what I set up last Friday on the 5th, which would be right here, was selling a weekly call at 128, which you can see by the red line, for a max profit of $37. And as you can see, price is closed this Friday below that line, so I get to keep the full $37 for selling this call. And what I have set up for next week is, again, just selling another call until this price recovers. This time, though, I am selling a call at the $131 strike price, so let me go ahead and move the line there. The reason for selling at 131 instead of 128 was just so I don't really have to worry about the position. I'm not going to have to roll this position because the break even on the long side is around 131. So there's no management or anything like that needed for this position now. Yes, I'm making a lot less profit, but again, I just didn't want to have to worry about rolling the position if the market started to move back up. The next trade for this week was on Tqqq. What I have on Tqqq is a covered call where I own 100 shares at this red line at the 103.75 line, and I sold a call at the $94 strike price for a max profit of $47. And what ended up happening was I saw the price kind of spiking back up here on Thursday, and I decided to close it out. The reason for closing this out was, if price did continue even higher up, I would have had to buy back the contract for an even higher price, and I didn't really want to roll the position. In hindsight, not the best decision because price did end up going back down today, but obviously I can't tell that on the day that it's happening, so I'm just trying to mitigate for any risk that's possible. So what ended up happening was I closed out this short call contract for a negative $17 loss, and going into next week, I sold a new call at the 105 strike price. So let me go ahead and move this line. And again, similar to the Aapl position, the reason I sold the call at 104 instead of a lower price was just so I don't even have to watch this position because it's above my stock price. Even if it goes above and closes out, I'm completely fine with that. But yes, I am going to make less money from selling the call. So in this case, my max profit is $20. Now, the third position for this week was on Pltr. Pltr, similar to Aapl, is a synthetic covered call, so deep in the money call with a long expiration, and then selling weekly calls against it. So last Tuesday, or actually a couple Tuesdays ago, on the 2nd, right around here, I sold a call at the $31 strike price for a max profit of $20, and as you can see, the price has stayed below that price point, so I get to keep the total amount of $31. And then what I have set up for next week is selling another call at the 30.5 strike price, where this blue line is, for a max profit of $28. So as long as the price stays below this next week, I get to keep the full max profit of $28. If price does go above this, then I get to keep the $28, but at my long call, I'll have to go ahead and also close that out to kind of balance out the trade. Again, the way I've set up these three trades for this week, I really don't have to look at them or manage them at all, although because of that, I am going to be making less profit in going into this next week. I did take one additional trade this week on the SPY. It was more of a day trade, kind of looking at one of these days. It was on a 5-minute candle. I saw price kind of bouncing off the pivot lines, and I just bought a put in and out of the trade in about 5 minutes. Not something I usually do. I usually stick to selling options, but if I see a good setup, I'll still buy options and take advantage of that as well. And that was a quick trade, 5 minutes, made $38. So all in all for this week, total profit comes out to be $78. And currently next week, I have set up $62. And kind of because the market has been down for a while, I'm still looking for kind of new setups, and I might even take a couple more just directional option plays to make up some additional profit because the weeks are a little slower now. And overall, not too concerned with the market being down or things being slow. I have a lot of time on all of my options, and in the case of Tqqq, I own the stock, so I'm not worried. The market will recover. And until then, I'm just going to keep looking for other opportunities and trying to make profit in other ways. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those down below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. I finally crossed the 100 subscriber mark, so I'm super excited about that, and thanks to everyone, and I'll see you all next week.